What's up, everyone? I just want to briefly talk about the shootings that happened over the weekend in Texas and Ohio. Now, so many of these mass shootings happen, and shootings in general happen. You know, it's hard to have the same reaction for everyone. And I think that's where I want to start off because it's sad. I think we just get numb to situations, excuse me, and it just become commonplace. Like I'm used to these happening. I'm used to mass shootings happening. And even non-mass shootings, just shootings in general, there's a lot of gun violence in this country, and it's almost to the point where you just numb to it, you know, until it happens to somebody close to you, and then make you think a little bit differently. But in general, it just happens so often. It's hard not to get numb to it. Now, this is the cycle. Mass shooting happens. It gets a little bit of media attention or a lot of media attention for like the first few days, maybe a week at the most, and then things go back to normal. Why? Because nothing's going to get passed. No background checks is going to get passed. Um, no type of gun control is going to get passed because what? The NRA. The NRA got these politicians bought, and on a lot of special interests, it affects Democrats and Republicans, but specifically on gun control, this is mainly a Republican issue because the NRA, um, I won't say exclusively support Republicans, but mainly Republicans and conservatives. There's a few Democrats that they support, but this is mainly on the Republican Party. And while you got a Republican-led Senate and a Republican president, nothing's gonna get passed. Not even background checks. I mean, we went through this with Sandy Hook. We went through this in the nightclub in Orlando. We went through this in was it Parkland, Florida. I mean, nothing is really going to happen. If your state don't pass gun reform on a national level, don't expect it. And even if your state passes it, like I live in a state where probably got some of the harshest gun control laws in the country, but it's still easy to get a legal weapon here. I mean, some people say it's because the other states around us don't have the same type of gun legislation. I'm not sure. Well, I do know that we have way too many guns in this country. We have more guns than people, and that is ridiculous. So I guess my thoughts is, if gun control is passed, how long is it going to take for gun violence to stop? Because you have people with stockpiles of weapons. It might take, I don't know, it might take decades on end for some of this stuff to stop. And don't get me wrong, I do believe in the right of people to be able to protect themselves to hunt. Um, I don't think there's nothing wrong with having a firearm permit. Hell, I got one myself. You know, um, I have a concealed carry license. But there's nothing wrong with that. But the type of weapons they have military grade weapons out here, and I just don't think the average person should have access to that. I know Second Amendment advocates, they would beg to differ, but I really don't see a reason why somebody need a military grade rifle. It literally makes no sense to me. But one of the things that we have to address too beyond the politics is just we don't value life enough. And hopefully this is not coming off as a rant, but I just feel like in general, worldwide, it's not just a U.S. problem. We just don't value life enough as humans around the world. We value life when it comes to certain people, whatever our biases is. But when you hear about a drone strike, right? People reactions are different. Like when I hear a drone strike, I'm like, okay, who are the innocent people that got killed? Because often these drone strikes is not just a terrorist that get blown up. It's innocent people. And then the U.S. had the policy of double taps. where people that respond to the drone strikes, the incidents, first responders, they will strike again, which is just outright brutal. To me, is war crimes. The reason why I'm making that connection, just like, okay, if you don't have the same reaction to that as you two do to some of these shootings, I think you gotta look in the mirror. And I just think that no matter what it is, whether it's a mass shooting, whether it's just shooting in your neighborhood, whether it's drone strikes, we gotta value life the same. You know, and I guess I'm briefly going to address the white supremacy angle of this. Um, been watching a lot of media coverage, and people are finally starting to say the words white supremacy when it comes to Trump, which, I don't know what took so long, because all his history points to him being a white supremacist. And for this one, I think they clearly called him white supremacist because of this guy view on immigration and, Trump view on immigration. It seemed like there may be a connection to that. I'm going to wait and see till more information come out. I don't want to jump the gun, but that seems to be the speculation, right? Um, of course, Trump has spit out hate speech and things like that, but it goes beyond Trump. What I don't want to happen is that people just pinpoint this all on Trump, even though Trump deserves a lot of blame because he stokes the flames. I mean, he's just a piece of shit human being. But these problems existed before Trump got in office. These problems been building up for a while now. I mean, even back, I believe the report was like in 2006. You can look this up. Under the George W. Bush administration, the FBI had reports about concerns about the rise of white supremacy and how, white supremacists was infiltrating police departments and concerned about the militias, concerned about stuff like this, mass shootings and terrorist attacks. This has been going on for a while. I mean, like, this is nothing new, and some of these people in the media is acting brand new, like they wasn't part of this. Especially like somebody like Joe Scarborough. Like, you ever heard the show Morning Joe, right? Right now, he's acting holier than thou. I remember back, I believe in '09, under the Obama administration, either '09 or 2010, when the Secretary of Homeland Security went on Morning Joe, and Joe berated her at the time because the Obama administration, I think under the Homeland Security, put out a report about returning young white males coming out of the military, how they get radicalized. Joe Scarborough had spit over that, criticized the Obama administration, saying it was demonizing them. And now you look at them today, you would think that never happened. And it's okay to have a change of opinion and say that I'm wrong, but the thing is, he doesn't even acknowledge his past. He doesn't acknowledge that when Trump first announced, he was Trump's biggest cheerleader. You know, Trump would come on Morning Joe all the time, and they were literally a cheerleader for Donald Trump. And however they fell out, you know, they fell out or whatever, and now you think that never happened. But a lot of these people act brand new, and they don't really get ahead of the problem. They behind the curve. So I want us to start thinking ahead of the curve. How can we solve this? I want y'all input on this. What do you think we could do about all this gun violence? I know some people dismiss the mental health aspect of it because that's a Republican talking point. Whenever you talk about gun reform or gun control, they always say, "Oh, let's focus on mental health," which I don't have a problem with, but that's not the only problem. But yes, mental health do need to be addressed in this country, and I think that could be part of the solution. But I don't know. It's just hard to call because it's almost discouraging when you know no real change is going to happen. But I guess it is what it is at this point, you know. Um, but I don't want to end on a defeatist note because, like any other issue, I think we gotta continue to fight. Um, if you believe some type of gun control should be enacted, you know, you got to get involved. You know, contact your local politicians, city council, or really with gun control, you probably need to contact your state representatives to see like what type of control y'all can enact. You know, because right now, like I said, nationally, until the next election, until you can flip the Senate, not too much is going to happen nationally. I mean, hell, even a Republican congressman got shot, right, a couple years ago, and nothing happened. They still didn't act then, so I don't really see any type of scenario where they were at. Trump briefly, after I believe the Vegas shootings, talked about get rid of get rid of bump stocks or whatever, some type of gun control. And the NRA and his base was having none of that. He backed down real quick. So yeah, ain't nothing gonna happen nationally. But you know, try to make a difference. I guess depending on what state you in, see if you can make a difference there. And that's all I can say for now. Peace.